their tempo, the scoring they can do? What do you see from them?
Very explosive. We're going from one extreme to the other. We went from 3 yards in a cloud of dust to they're spreading it out and dynamic athletes and just hitting on all cylinders right now. Very impressed with the quarterback, how he's playing. Very impressed with their running game. Very impressed with their skill at the receiver spot. And like I said, you got some experienced guys playing extremely well and putting up a lot of points. We're going to have to play our tails off on Saturday, but looking for the challenge. It's a great opportunity for us, and we played these guys well over the years, and we need to go play another one like that this Saturday.
Luther and Ken were talking yesterday about how much Marquise Williams has developed as a passer. What have you seen from him on film that's been a lot better than last year in the past few years?
Just seeing a guy playing with a lot of confidence, putting the ball in the money. He knows his reads. That's what you get when you get a senior. He's not, last year in our game, he seemed like he was a little bit all over the place. We were able to get some pressure on him, but this year he just knows where to go with the ball right now. If it's not there, he's got the ability to create with the ball in his hands. So just playing with a lot of confidence, understands the offense, and doing a great job.
Now that you're a month or more with Kendall being out, do you feel better about your secondary coming into this game, at least being a little bit more experienced?
Yes and no. We've got some guys that are, have gotten better. We still need some guys that can play the ball a little bit better. There's some technique and fundamentals that we can, continue to improve on. But yeah, I've seen us improve a tremendous amount. But are we there yet? Or anywhere close? No. And we're going to have to play that way though on Saturday.
I don't think they've had a turnover in a couple games now. How crucial is that in a game like this?
It's big. It's big. It goes back to the quarterback playing well and knowing where to dish the ball when things aren't there, getting rid of the football. They haven't put the ball on the ground here in the last couple, and so anytime you can protect the football, it's you're going to get, particularly this offense. They're going to get opportunities to go. They're one of our, if not leading our league in total offense. I know they are in scoring, but they're the shortest in time of possession. So they're up tempo. You've got an experienced group. They know to get lined up, and they're clicking right now. But that just goes back as much as anything to the experience.
I know you don't spend a lot of time thinking about this stuff. Probably hasn't even dawned on you. But is there some irony to the fact that your guys' last game in this stadium is against the program that nearly took Frank and most of his staff away from here 15 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even really thought about that, to be honest with you. Right. We have a lot of respect for North Carolina. We have for years, and it's always been a big game, in this league for us, and I think for them. And I haven't even really thought about that way, to be honest with you.
What do you think the emotions are going to be like for you? What you've talked about, what Frank means to you, and on Saturday, what's that going to be like?
I'm really kind of like what I heard Steiny's talked about. We really just kind of focus as much as anything on the game at hand, and I think after the game it'll probably hit me a lot more, than right now, and we'll see. I'm hoping it'll be a moment of joy when it's all said and done, and not being upset, from not playing well or something like that. So. But I think we'll go out and play well. The big thing we've got to do is we've got a bunch of seniors. We've got a bunch of guys that have worked really hard this year, and we need to let those seniors go out the right way because it's going to be their last game in Lane Stadium as well. And so we need to just put it all in perspective and let's go play a football game and play the best of our ability.
We asked Steiny this before. Are there any games or memories that stand out for you in Lane Stadium?
Yeah, there's several. Probably the first one was my first one as a coordinator in 1995. We were 0-2. Had Miami, who we'd never beaten, come in here, and we won that game. And really, from that game on, we didn't look back for a long, long time. Obviously, the Sugar Bowl in Texas was a big time win for the program. I think when we beat Syracuse here 62 or 63-0, when they were a top 10 football team, we just kind of rolled sevens. We beat a good Clemson here one game, when Corey Moore kind of took over the game. I think that's when taking them to the woodshed kind of popped out, that night. We've beaten LSU here when we opened up the south end zone. That was with Nick Saban and that crew. The game against Nebraska, was a dynamic football game that I don't know if I've ever heard two games. That one And then the Miami game when they kind of came back and we stopped them at the end, it was a 35-32 game or whatever that was. But I don't know if I've ever heard the stadium explode like either that Nebraska game on Danny Cole's catch and or us stopping, Miami on, on that particular game here a few years ago. But there's a lot of them, a lot of them. We've had a lot of good wins here. This place became a really, a place that was, a tough field to play in. And, we got to do that one more time.